Hi guys, Trisha here with PrettyLosers.com, and tonight we have a very interesting show. As you can see, Nirvana is not here with us tonight. Apparently, she cannot even lift her head from her little exercise run in the thing. You should see the other guys. My joke for her, but it's not really funny. So tonight we have Lena Cochino,
Hello.
who is sick and still pissed off about her dress.
I am. I'm feeling a little under the weather. I don't even have eyelashes on. That's how
Oh
bad it
no, but you got
is.
your eyebrows on, so there
That's
you
it.
go.
I do. I do. They're right there. Right there.
And we do have Alicia, the Miss Beautiful Alicia.
Hey guys.
And our very special guest tonight is Janine. Is she there?
Oh, there she is.
There you are. You froze for a second.
I was waving. I didn't know I had to make noise too. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, yeah, whenever we talk, it's that's when the camera will pick you up.
Oh, okay.
That's
But
why I like wearing. That's why I like wearing my bangles because they make a lot of noise. So I'm like always the center of attention.
Oh,
Just kidding.
smart.
she really likes it. She really likes to be the center of attention.
Got it.
So let's just go ahead and jump into your story. I've heard a lot about you, good things, of course. So do you want to share where you're from, what surgery you started off with, and where you are as far as your weight?
Sure. Just kind of direct me, but I'll start where I'm from. I'm originally from Long Island, New York. Long Island. Um, and right now I'm living on Staten Island. It's a borough of New York City. So I'm living. I have been super, super morbidly obese my whole life. I remember being 8 years old and weighing about 125 pounds. So, that's really heavy. It's about double what an 8-year-old should weigh. When I had my first surgery, I walked into the doctor's office. I don't know how much I weighed because I didn't pay attention. I was so mortified. I know that I weighed over 450, and I had to lose about 50 to 60 pounds before they would do my initial surgery. My initial surgery was a lap band. The day of my surgery, I weighed in at 398.
What year was that? Like, just kind of roughly where you were.
I'm sorry?
What year was that? Like,
Oh, 2007.
okay.
So I was 398 when I had my day of surgery. I had already been down about 50 to 60 pounds by then. And then in 2010, my band had slipped, eroded, the tubing became disconnected from the port, and I was covered in adhesions. So I needed to have a revision. I chose the duodenal switch surgery, the biliopancreatic diversion with duodenal switch, BPD/DS, or sometimes it's just called duodenal switch, DS. There's lots of names for it. Same surgery. When I had it done, I had such complications that they could only do half the surgery for me. So I just got a vertical sleeve gastrectomy, or VSG. I had to wait an additional year for 2011 to come and have my total. I'm down to about 140 pounds, between 138 and 140. So I've lost about 260 pounds from my first surgery in 2007. And if you add the weight that I had to lose before surgery, that's about 320 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah.
So whenever you started, okay, when your lap band started to basically just rot in your body, is that pretty much what happened? It was just rotting?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So when that was happening and you had to do the DS or the VSG, where were you at your weight at that point?
I think I was about the lowest I ever got with my lap band was about 270,
Mm-hmm.
and then I had gained weight because the tubing became disconnected from the port and the band just stopped working. So I didn't have any help from the lap band anymore, and I gained weight up to about 330.
Wow.
So I had put back on about 60 pounds.
So can I ask something?
Yeah.
So
Of course you can.
you got the lab band, then you were gonna get DS, but you were unable to get the DS, so you got the sleeve. So when you got
Yep.
the sleeve, before you went to the next stage, what weight were you at then? And why didn't you just stay with the sleeve? What made you go all the way to getting the DS?
The sleeve wasn't enough restriction for me. My metabolism was so low from having just the band that going from the band to the sleeve really didn't limit my calories enough, and my body didn't have enough of a change in my metabolic consumption. So I didn't lose enough weight in the 1 year I had just the sleeve. I needed to malabsorb. So that's why I went to having the duodenal switch. And having my intestines done caused me to malabsorb about half of my calorie intake.
Yeah.
Okay, so for those that really, like myself, that don't really understand the whole malabsorb thing, what
Mm-hmm.
does that mean? I know that sounds pretty stupid, but
No.
what does that mean?
Malabsorption, all right, Alicia. Alicia knows me and knows how I'm going to say this. Ladies, don't be offended, all
Well,
right?
we're not
I act like
offended,
a lady,
first
I
off,
curse like a
yeah.
sailor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
All
do too.
right,
I do
so,
too.
all right. So let me give you some math. There's 9 calories in every 1 gram of fat.
Mm-hmm.
If I consumed 900 calories a day in fat, which would be 100 grams of fat a day,
Mm-hmm.
I would only absorb 80%, I would only absorb 20% of that, and 80% of those grams shit out. So I'd only be absorbing 180 calories out of that.
Wow.
With protein, I only absorb 50% of the calories in protein. There's 4 calories in every 1 gram of protein. So 100 grams of protein, 400 calories. I only absorb 200. The other 200 I shit out.
Oh
Same
my
thing with
goodness.
carbs. Carbs, I'm only going to absorb 60% of my complex carbs, and that means 40% I'm going to shit out. When it's just simple carbs, like sugar, white flour, things like that, easy carbs,
Mm-hmm.
fruit, non-fibrous fruit,
Yeah.
I'm going to absorb it all because sugar starts getting absorbed on your tongue. So I'm going to absorb 100% of those calories the second I intake it. So it's all math. It's just what you consume. So my diet, once I got the duodenal switch, went to a very loose Atkins diet. Very loose. I leaned on protein.
Mm-hmm.
I went very high fat. And I kept my carbs complexed and low. And that was to limit what my calorie intake was that my body was going to absorb. So once I did that, what I actually absorbed in a day was probably only 500 to 600 calories, but what I was actually eating could have been 2,000 calories a day.
Oh.
Wow. So you had to eat a lot to even catch up with that protein because you're
Yes.
just dumping it all.
Yes, I had to eat double the protein.
Oh.
Wow. Are you still like that, or is it?
Oh, yes. It doesn't go away.
Yeah, that's for life.
But is it hard to eat that much if your stomach's so small?
Very.
Yeah.
I eat very frequently,
Mhm.
but because I have the sleeve, I am hungry constantly. So every 2 hours, I'm hungry. So I eat very frequently. I just have to make sure that every time I eat, it's going to be protein-based.
Because I know that
So,
some people say that when they have the sleeve done, they don't get hunger. Some say they do, and some say they don't. So
Because supposedly they remove 80% of your stomach, which has adrenaline, I believe it's called, hormone, and that's what makes us hungry.
oh, okay.
Yeah, and some people with the sleeve, the thing is, some people confuse hunger with what do they call it?
thirst?
No, with they get the like heartburn, bubbly feeling on the bottom of their stomach and they think that's hunger. So if they get like on acids and stuff to not have the heartburn and have all that going on, then all of a sudden they're not hungry anymore because
Oh.
they're not, contributing that feeling to hunger.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the weirdest thing, but
Adrenaline, I know for a fact that that does happen, but I know that it comes back
Mhm.
over time. Your stomach just starts to reproduce it. So that over time. I'm hungry all the damn time. All the freaking time. Every 2 hours I need to eat. I wake up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, and I'm hungry, and I waddle my ass into the kitchen and get a granola bar.
Yeah.
So,
I don't think you waddle anymore just for the hunger.
Yeah.
You're like this big.
yeah, all right. So I'm little, whatever. But,
You're still adorable as hell, so come on now.
thank you. But,
Yeah.
I'm always hungry. I'm always eating. And I eat like a horse when I eat.
I
Wow.
think maybe that's the misconception. Lena, do you get like this? I know I do. It's that I get people who say, well, you shouldn't have an issue with food anymore, or you had weight loss surgery, so what's the problem now? What's the issue? And it's, yeah, exactly.
yeah, no, it totally sucks. For me, and I probably could talk for a lot of people because the more I talk about it, the more I find out that people have the same problems I do. I didn't get restriction. I don't get the full feeling. And sometimes it's head hunger. And when I know it's head hunger, I'm like, no, you fat ass, you ain't eating. But sometimes I'm seriously hungry and I eat my 4 ounces of protein and whatever, veggie and stuff, and I'm pissed because I want to eat more.
Yeah.
But I choose not to. But there is days that I eat, instead of eating my 3 meals or 4, depending on my protein for the day, I'll eat 5 times. I'll have a little protein bar or some fruit with salt, lemon, and chile like us Mexicans do or something. But yeah, it sucks when people like find out I had weight loss surgery and they're like, oh yeah, no wonder. I'm like, fuck you. Because I seriously feel like I never got the surgery because I could eat and eat and eat.
Well, you had that.
I didn't
you
hear
had
that. What was that?
from the beginning, right? I mean, I remember when you first had your surgery, and you didn't feel like you were full.
Mm-mm. Since day one. I
Yeah.
brought it up to the surgeon since day one. Since the, 2-week follow-up, 6-week follow-up, 3-month follow-up, 6-month follow-up, 1 year. Every single time. They're like, yeah, we don't know why that happens, but it happens.
Lena, what do you have, sweetheart?
RNY.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a coworker that had the DS done on her, and I didn't know back then because I was so anti weight loss surgery. I was like, yeah, fat ass lazy people. That's what it's for fat ass lazy people.
Right.
Because I didn't know the whole shebang, how it really works and how, yeah, whatever. Because that's what's taught to us. You get your stomach stapled, you can't eat no more, you lose weight. You just be lazy and you're gonna lose your weight anyways. So that was my thought in my head. And one of my coworkers, I just knew had weight loss surgery. Didn't know what she had. I just thought in my head, RNY.
Yeah.
Right? So every time I would pass by her desk, she would be like eating and eating and eating. She would go to lunch, she would go to Taco Bell, Burger King, McDonald's, and I'm like, why is the bitch so skinny? The hell? I didn't find out she had the DS till years later, maybe about 5 months before I had my surgery, and I messaged her because I still had her on my Facebook, and I told her, I'm thinking of getting weight loss surgery, yada, yada, yada. She told me, well, what are you thinking again? I said, RNY. She said, it ain't going to work for you. She said, ain't going to work for you. She goes, the sleeve won't work for you, RNY won't work for you, lap band sure the hell won't work for you. She goes, you need to get the DS, and I was like, why? And I'm thinking like, to each his own, but I don't eat Burger King, McDonald's, Taco Bell like you. But again, I didn't know the whole about surgeries, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's when we're not educated with the difference between all the surgeries and stuff, and we just think stomach staple, don't eat, not hungry, la la land. It's like, that's why it's good that
She
we have
approached you wrong.
Yeah, she did. I was like, bitch. And now that I'm like stuck, I'm like, bitch. Yeah, but I'm glad we have you on here because we had never had a DS person. There's very little out there, at least in our little circle community kind of thingy-majiggy. There's very little bit.
Yeah, there's very few, and the ones that are out there, a lot of groups on Facebook and stuff. They're they're very snooty. They're very, the only way to go is the DS. They're very.
Oh, honey, there's VSGers and RNYers and lap banders and all kinds of Weight Watchers and all
right. I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I don't
I
either.
don't agree with that.
You know what I gotta say to that? You bitches had weight loss surgery, no matter what kind. You were some fat asses and needed help. You are not better than I am. We all did.
I just, they're like shoes. One will fit everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not okay with that.
So can I ask one more question?
Ask anything you want. Just
it's kind of a big question, and it's the reason why I did not go for the DS. Well, one of the reasons, but I'm very vain. So this was like my main reason on why not to get the DS. But one of the side effects is, okay, I'm just going to put it out here. One of the side effects is stinking like sewer if you don't take care of yourself correctly. Like, seriously stinking. I used to date this one guy that, this was way before I even thought of weight loss surgery, and I just brought it up just to say what he said. And I told him I was going to have weight loss surgery, and he straight up told me, we won't be able to see each other no more. I was like, what? What the hell? I know you like big girls, but I'm not even going to get that small. He said he dated a girl that had weight loss surgery, and she reeked so bad. She would go in the shower, and as soon as she would come out, it was like reek, like 24/7. So I thought all weight loss surgery, Nirvana!
She came. What's up, baby girl?
Hold on.
I thought all weight loss surgeries were gonna do that because, again, I didn't know all about this. So that's the one thing. Well, a couple of things, but that's the one thing that I was like, yeah, no, it can't be stinky. I'd rather be fat and smell good than skinny and stinky. Like, what did you think about that when they told you that? Like, did it like make you think twice about it, or you're like, I don't give a?
It's bullshit. It's pure bullshit. The stinky part is a fabricated lie. What stinks is your poop. You have very stinky poop. And you have very stinky farts. And the reason for that is because your intestinal tract is half the size, and you do not have the same space in your body for your food to get the chance to digest as long as it used to. So your food comes out only partially digested, which means that it's going to smell worse than it did before the DS because you don't have the same amount of intestines. So
Right.
the food doesn't get the chance to sit in your body long enough and disperse its stench. You don't have the same amount of intestines. So you do have stinkier poo-poo, and your farts are going to be stinkier. But that's the only part that's stinky.
I've heard that it literally comes out of your pores. And my friend that had the DS told me, yes, that's true, but that's if you don't take your vitamins and if you don't do this, if you don't do that. And my surgeon told me the same thing. If you don't take care of yourself or whatever, literally it will come out of your pores. And like I said, that guy that I was dating said his girlfriend at the time, she would go in the shower and everything, like a couple minutes later, like it would come out of her pores.
And that was how she was eating.
Yeah, there you go. See, that's another thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was based on how she was eating. And you can change your diet to eat a way that will avoid that. The way I eat, and I eat like a regular old person. Before you got on, I was eating pizza with the girls. So, I eat like a regular person. I don't stink. I don't stink. My poop stinks. My farts stink. I can clear a stadium.
Okay, well,
I think you and I should have a fart challenge.
Wow.
I'm just saying that I don't think stinking farts is only a DS thing because I think we all, I have to admit I'm guilty of it. Today Chris was like, oh, what is I was like,
no, the whole thing about gas, period, because not that I'm going to be like, oh, I never fart, but literally, if I had a fart, it was like, I'll hold it till I go to the bathroom kind of thing. Now I'm just like,
that's what I do.
Now I'm just all like, at nighttime when I'm in bed, I'm like, I am not going to get out of the covers. My honey's asleep. Is he asleep? Yeah, he's asleep. I'm a fart. It's just
y'all crazy. You're about to get married. You just need to fart and get it over with because you know what? You're gonna fart. When you're sleeping, everybody farts. So
okay, didn't we have this conversation last night?
You and I?
About farting, yes.
Yes.
I'm not fond and crazy about farts like you, Trisha.
I don't care.
I know, but well, this is me. That's what I'm saying. It's me. But unfortunately, after I had my weight loss surgery, it's like they rearrange your whole intestine and stuff. It's like you're not the same person.
Yeah.
Well,
like I wouldn't burp.
Period.
I hardly wouldn't burp either. And now I'm just like, excuse me. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I think the problem with that friend of your ex-boyfriend's ex-girlfriend, whatever, maybe she was just totally ripping it all the time, and and when you get out of the shower, when you fart in the shower, it stinks like 100 times worse. I don't know why. Shower farts smell worse. So
I don't know, but I've heard it from people that have the DS, and I've heard it from surgeons, and like she said, it's gonna have to it probably does depend on what you're eating and your vitamins and everything.
Absolutely.
Because they have said it's not the farts, it's not the poop. Well, besides that, it is, but that literally they smell like a sewer all the time, that it comes out of their pores. But they did say because you're not taking care of yourself. So what she said, ding, 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 they're not eating correctly and probably not taking their vitamins correctly. So it's like all that's coming out of their pores and stuff.
And I went on a few dates with this one dude. And the first time I met him, he smelled really good. I was like, oh yeah, he smells great. And it just goes back to what you put into your body is obviously going to come out. But like the second and third time I saw him, he reeked, and I was like,
Garlic and ginger?
no, it was like funk. And it wasn't like he didn't shower. It was like this stuff that was just coming out of his pores. And it's because the way he ate. And I was just like, wow. I can't even like pinpoint what that smell was. It was just like funk. And it was like everywhere. It was just like you would touch him and you would have it on you. It was just gross.
Yeah, a lot of people, like, you could tell what's in a lot of their diets because a lot of people do smell a lot like garlic. A lot of people smell like curry because those things are really strong. So, if it's a sunny day or whatever and you're a little on the warm side, it does come out of your pores. You do, like, whoa, who smells like curry? And you turn around and it's actually a person. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I've never known anybody with the DS, but I don't know. I think you just got to take care of yourself. It's self-care.
Yeah, my friend didn't stink.
So there you go.
There you go.
It's self-care.
She was just skinny, and then she had a good ass surgeon that hooked her up with all her body getting done.
Yeah.
Bitch.
But I think, don't you think? I mean, anybody who has, if you have a bad diet, like anyone's gonna stink.
Absolutely. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just think about like whenever you're eating healthy, and then all of a sudden you go to like Taco Bell and you cheat. Your shit tastes. Your shit smells so bad, and it's just like coming all about you, and you're like, oh man, I ate that bean burrito. I totally should have, because it's like all up in my. I mean, you just funky. So
Yeah.
it's about what you're putting in your body, and I 100% agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Nirvana, do you want to ask your questions, babe? No? Okay.
No.
Yeah. Okay, there you go, sweetie.
She was on mute, that's why.
So you and I talked earlier, like last month when I was talking to my surgeon about, the lap band versus the DS, and so he pretty much called me back and scared the living hell out of me. Like, just went on for like an hour and a half. Like, he stayed on the phone with me forever, telling me, he would be more than glad to give me a DS. He would be more than glad to give me a gastric switch, which is kind of...
No, he wouldn't.
But
No, he wouldn't. Not if he scared you.
Yeah, he terrified me. He was like, "You'll
Not if he scared you. He's. I don't even need you to go on, honey. He's a bullshit artist. Go ahead.
Yeah, he was telling me that, I'll have to take certain kinds of like medication to break down protein because we don't break down protein the way, like I do with my RNY now.
Bullshit.
And he was telling me that I would be in the hospital at least for a week to 2 weeks because he would want to make sure that, that everything went all right because it was so dangerous. And that
Bullshit.
after I lost my 130 pounds, which I would be able to get my peniculectomy, which is the reason I'm having a revision, to my RNY to begin with.
Yep.
He's like, you'll get dangerously low, so we'll have to constantly monitor you. He's like, so he pretty much just scared the living hell out of me. And I'm
Nirvana, sweetheart, could you please email me the name and phone number of your surgeon?
Well, what's on now? Like Donkey Kong.
Rip his testicles off?
I could do that.
Really?
I think we need to fly her
He's
to
fucking-
you. Oh, she broke up.
Grace. Oh, there you go.
There you are.
Like, I keep hearing her go off and on.
It's fucking bullshit. He doesn't have the balls to do the DS, and he's scaring. Not very versed in.
Oh, she's freezing.
Difficult loss surgeries that are scare you off so that he doesn't have to do it. The DS
Oh, she keeps cutting off.
on you takes 45 minutes. You know how many bands he can get done in a day? 8. You know how much money that's going to make? Good $200,000. How many DSs can he do in a day? 2. How much money is that going to make him? 80 grand. Why do you think he doesn't want to do a DS? Because he won't make money. He's a son of a bitch.
Let me ask a question since you had the DS, and the way I thought it was is you could get a DS if you have a sleeve, but you cannot get a DS if you have a gastric bypass.
You can get them both ways. Finding one that'll do a gastric bypass to sleeve.
It's harder though, right?
Much harder.
Yeah. That's what I thought because our pouch is already so small.
Correct. It needs to be revised.
So if you had somebody like Nirvana come to you and say, you know, this is what's going on with me, what would your advice be? I'm sure you've talked to Nirvana about this.
I did. My advice is that her doctor's a piece of shit, and my advice is that I think that band over bypass is going to do nothing for her except rip open her stomach and give her another surgery under her belt and waste her time, waste her pain, waste her money on co-payments. And I think that she should find a doctor that's willing to revise her to a DS.
So, do you know? I don't, like I said, I don't really know very much about the DS. So, when they say it's risky, I mean, of course, every surgery is risky. But how? I mean, literally, how much more risky is it for you to go to DS versus the band over bypass?
Much more.
Much more.
Yep.
The higher risk.
Yep.
Now,
Absolutely.
have you came across any major complications since having your DS?
No.
No?
Nope. The only thing I've come across is anemia, and that is because I am an asshole and choose not to take my vitamins. I've done that to myself.
Stop being an asshole.
You're 100% correct. Here's my wrist. Slap it.
I'm gonna come
Slap
spank
it.
you.
You have full permission to slap it, honey bunny.
I'm just gonna come spank you. I'm not gonna slap your wrist. I'm just gonna spank you.
She loves spanking
I like
girls.
spank. Okay, I'm gonna run over here to the YouTube questions really quickly. Let me refresh these.
Mm-hmm.
And Sister Sledge RNY says hello, everyone.
Really quick, hold on a second. Hold on 1 second for me. Nirvana, honey, you're by San Francisco, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Sister Sledge says hello, everybody. Tiffany's Journey says hi, everybody. I'm having sleeve first and then the DS. Gabby Kitty says, Gabby Kitty in the house. Wow. Miss Rockin' Robin, holy crap, I've missed her on Facebook. She said, it's not a hungry hunger, it's an empty feeling. If I am busy, I forget to eat because that hormone isn't there anymore to signal my hunger. Must be nice, girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Lori White says, watching from the Hill County in Texas. Hey, girl, hey. I'm so glad she got settled finally. Miss Penny R says, hi, ladies. Hello, Penny. Robin says, in almost 6 years of marriage, my husband has only heard me fart once. And if he farts in bed, I make him get out of bed. I cannot do farts. Thank God he is easily trained.
Ride her.
Christy says, hello, ladies. She just finished having her VSG 2 days ago, Alicia?
Saturday. She had it Saturday, so
3 days, 4
ago.
days.
So she's doing really good. She just got back in Georgia, right? Is she in Georgia?
yeah.
Tiffany's Journey said, my husband has IBS and other gastrological issue. I can't say that right now. He farted in the doctor's office the other day and then walked out to go take a shit. I was like, you're gonna leave me here alone for a
In the
doctor to
stinky
come
room.
in and smell that. That is something I would do. That's wrong.
Okay, can I just say something really quick? I'm going to tell you guys something, and I'm so guilty of this. I have issues with, like, farting. Like, seriously, my intestines, I think, are just, like, saying F you all the time. But, like, I'll be in the store, and I'm, like, I can't hold it. And I'll, like, literally run to the other side of the store because I don't want people to be like, ew, you stink. I'm so awful.
Oh my gosh. When my dad was alive, this is a really quick story. We would go and like take him wherever he wanted because he didn't drive anymore. But I remember one time we took him to Staples and we just went to eat. And he was, walking around in his little cart, and this guy's like, "Can I help you?" And he's like, "Yeah." Every step he took, he would fart. And then he turned around and he looked at me and he was like, "Damn, Zit."
Oh.
He called me Zit. Oh my God, he always embarrassed me like that. And I was just like, oh my God. I mean, they were bad. They were bad. That guy just looked at me and laughed. Zid Maiden says, I think it's true what you eat makes a big difference. And it does take a while for the body to learn how to process the whey protein as well without clearing the room. Question for Janine. How much have you lost post DS from the sleeve point, and what made you decide to keep going to DS from the sleeve, or was it a part of your original plan?
100.
Did she catch that?
Yeah, I think.
Yes.
Okay, good.
I lost 140 pounds from the sleeve.
It's a lot.
I went from the sleeve to the DS because the sleeve just wasn't enough for me.
And you said you were already getting hungry with the sleeve, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had the sleeve for a year, and it wasn't holding them back.
It was your stepping stone. So was that your
Yeah.
original plan to get the DS? Like,
Yes.
okay. So, Christina Rangel says, "I'm here. Lena, too cute. Hugs, ladies." Miss Rockin' Robin says, "Oh yay, I love Janine." Miss Nirvana says, "Hey girls, hey," or "Hey guys, hey." Sid Maiden says, "Hey ladies, oh Janine is my new NY sister. Hugs to all. You look amazing tonight." And on the same note, beef does that to me, which is why I don't eat it often. It takes days to digest. So I guess we have a bunch of farting ladies here tonight.
Welcome to the weight loss community.
So, Nirvana, or does anybody else have any questions?
Have you ever heard of anything called the gastric sleeve? Not sleeve,
I
switch.
have.
The switch.
The switch is the same as the duodenal switch.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, he told me that the duodenal was way too aggressive, but he would be willing to do something called the gastric switch, which is just where he moves my intestine down about 6 to 7 inches, but would not be willing to do a duodenal. He doesn't even offer that to any of his patients. And he said that somebody with a gastric bypass already would do much better with a gastric switch than they would having your stomach revised and then made into a DS, because of, you'd have to move the old stomach, and this way he would just leave the pouch as it is and just mess with the intestines. But I think what really upset me the most is when talking to my surgeon, and this is somebody who, he's got 20 years in doing weight loss surgery alone, was him telling me that the more you, and I'm gonna use the words, ladies, fuck with your intestines and your stomach, the easier it is for you to have more complications, and the easier it is for you to die. And he's like, this is your third, stomach, issue, because I had my gallbladder removed too. So he's like, this is the third time we're going in there. This is the third time we're messing with, scar tissue and having to dissect stuff, and the third time you've been put under for this. And he's like, you know, we can do the gastric, switch, and you can lose all of your weight plus more. Or I can give you the band over bypass, and you have a chance to get pregnant, and you have a chance not to have to be on a TPN and be on a feeding tube for the rest of your life. And he's just, pretty much was pushing me towards, do you want to lose your weight or do you want to be healthy? Is pretty much the way he was saying it to me. Is like, you can either be healthy and happy with trying to lose your weight through the band, or I can give you something more drastic and you can be unhealthy and never have a chance of having kids, which scared the hell out of me.
Okay. 2 things. 3 things. 1, Facebook me this man's last name. 2, I won't do it, but I want to knee him in the nuts. 3, there is no such thing as a gastric switch. Google it. There's no such fucking thing. All he wants to do is shorten your intestines. You already have a bypass. For a bypass, they shorten your intestines by a couple of feet. So you already are malabsorbing just a little bit.
Yeah.
But over time, these little tiny philia in your intestines grow back, and you start absorbing again, and the malabsorption goes away. It's like you never even malabsorbed. Your intestines work just like they used to.
Yeah.
What he's suggesting that he does is take away more intestines. He doesn't want to do a duodenal switch on you. He just wants to take away a couple more feet of your intestines. That's not going to be enough.
So my question for you, Nirvana, is: Did you like tell him that you wanted to have kids and all this stuff?
Yeah. Like in my chart, I went to talk about IVF. Like, I'm not ready for IVF, obviously, but I had gone in to see my, to see if I had PCOS and to see if I had what issues I was having, because my periods are so crazy. I have none. Like, it's either, the floodgates of hell have opened in my pants, or I have nothing for months and months and months and months and months. So, I did go in there and that's all in my record, and they're allowed to go through my record, and that's fine. So when I first started talking to him, I was like, I need to lose more weight. I need to lose enough weight because, my periods are crazy. And of course, most military doctors, the first thing they tell you when you come in and you're having problems getting pregnant is what? You need to lose more weight.
Lose weight.
You need to lose more weight. You need to lose more weight. It's not, let's give you this, let's see what we can do for this. It's like, oh, you're still over 300 pounds, well, lose more weight. If you're not going to lose more weight, we can't help you. So, they're like, I can give you Clomid, I think it's called, where you drop more than in a cycle. But that doesn't help you if your hormones aren't working correctly. So it doesn't matter how many eggs I shed, my hormones aren't working at the weight that I'm at. So I'm forced for more drastic measures. And I hate it because it's mostly just extra skin I have left right now. Most of you who've watched my videos and see, my skin flicks and stuff like that, and of course my inner circle have seen even worse than that. My stomach being removed would be exactly what I need. But because I'm in the military, system, I have to be 180 pounds before they'll touch me, which means I have 150 to go.
To me, what it sounds like, I think he's reading your charts, and I think he's using your fear of not being able to have a child and using that against you and just telling you what he wants to do. And I don't know, it just sounds like he really is a shitty doctor, and I'm not trying to just put shit in your head, but I would almost chip in for a plane ticket for homegirl over here to go talk with him.
Well, and I think, speaking with Nirvana often about this situation, because we're kind of in that same boat where trying to lose weight and it's not happening, and trying harder and it's not happening. And I've talked to you about this, Janine, too, about with me. It's just, I really haven't lost weight in about a year. But I think maybe there's with her, it's she's really confused on what to do, what exactly to do. Am I correct, Nirvana? I'm not trying to put words in your mouth or nothing, but I feel like, you have an idea of what you want, but it's actually, what they're telling you, and you're a little confused on what do you do.
I'm kind of trapped, and that's one thing that sucks about TRICARE, is that if you have a surgeon in your vicinity, if you have a surgeon in your vicinity, they will not refer you out to someone else. As long as you have a surgeon in your hospital willing to give you a surgery to help you, as long as he's willing to help me, and he said that he would, they don't care. They will not refer me to somebody else. So even if I complained and said, hey, I want a different surgery, to them, because I've already had a first surgery, this is elective. So they don't have to give me anything, which is why I'm scared to complain. I'm scared to go in there and be like, no, this is what I want, because he can pretty much just tell me, well, you know what, I'm not going to give you anything now, and I'm going to put it in your chart and you won't get anything. And that terrifies me, because I really do want the rest of this off.
Beautiful girl, I don't even trust him to do it. Even if he would do it, I don't trust him to touch you and do this to you. I don't trust his skills. I really don't, baby.
Because, okay, you said he's been doing weight loss surgery for 20 plus years, but what has he been doing? He might be a pro on just RNY and maybe a newbie on sleeves, but he's never done a DS, you know what I mean, or never done lap bands or whatever. There's certain doctors that could be in practice for a gazillion years, but if they only perform certain things, then it's like, ooh. And that sucks that you can't go to another one, because you're basically stuck with him unless you come up with the funds to go outside.
And it's the same thing with the plastic surgeons. Like, we have
that's ridiculous. That's what I don't understand, and it pisses me off, because I don't understand why you have to get to a certain weight before you can have your stomach cut off. It's like, why other people get them cut off because excuse me, it's doesn't let you exercise to the max where you should. It causes sores.
I'm a perfect example of that right there, because when I had my paniculectomy, I was 400 pounds. I was 400 pounds, and I went into my surgeon, and I'm like, yeah, they're going to tell me you need to be, I thought they were going to tell me I need to lose another 100 pounds, and I go in there, and he's like, okay, yeah, you need this done, because it's just going to get worse, and it gets in the way, and, it was like, it was so easy, and then I turn around and, and seeing Nirvana struggle with it, like, it breaks my heart that she can't do it, because, I was given that chance by my surgeon, but, like, it breaks my heart that I see what it does to her, because I was there, and it pisses me off that they won't do it for her, and she's a lot smaller than I was when I had it done.
Yeah, it pisses me off too, because we pay $500 a month for our health insurance, okay? They get $500 out of our pocket. We're both unemployed, so you could just imagine one of his disability or whatever checks goes to our medical insurance, but yet they won't cover it either. I can't get my stomach cut off. It's like, so she's stuck. The only way she could get it cut off is if she gets to 180 pounds. The girl is tall. She doesn't want to be 180 pounds. Why force somebody that they have to be that weight? Like, I understand them saying, okay, we'll 280 to, because, maybe 30 of that is skin, so you'll be at 250. No, 180 pounds. So once you cut that off, she's going to be 150, a twig? No.
Have you had have you had some of yours removed, plastics or anything, Janine?
No,
Really?
they will not touch me. It's going to cost me about 20 grand to have mine done.
See?
Wow. So, do you have you done a skin video?
No.
Okay. I want to see your skin, girl.
Do you have a lot of loose skin?
Oh, yeah. That's my arm.
Not that bad.
No, it's not that bad. Look to my-
Honey, look. Hold on. Hold on a second. This is my arm where the skin shouldn't be, and that's the skin.
No, I know it's bad. I understand that, but what I'm saying, the weight that you lost, I
Yeah.
would have thought it would have been like twice as bad.
You've had a lot
So
of
you-
elasticity.
Yeah, so you actually, that's what I was about to say. You had a lot of good elasticity, because if you didn't, it would have been like twice as bad. It's bad. I'm not going to lie. It's bad.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I seriously thought it was going to be like twice as much. You lost 300 and something pounds, girlfriend? I thought your arms
Yeah.
would have been like, whoop, whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
So,
Like mine.
Yeah, I mean, my boobs are pancakes. My stomach is really
flapjacks,
bad,
flapjacks. We refer them as flapjacks,
Yeah.
right, Nirvana?
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
Nirvana?
Oh, there she is.
It kicked me
Yeah. Flapjacks.
So,
Oh.
but no, when I in a couple months, maybe like a year, I'm going to get a settlement check, and I'm probably gonna have some stuff done. So,
Are you willing?
I'll be
Are you
alright.
willing to share with us what is it that you would want to get done?
Yeah, I'm gonna have my stomach done. I'm gonna have my boobs done, and I want my arms done. So,
You're lucky you don't have
yes,
little-
I'm very lucky. This I'm very lucky about. Very,
Yes.
yes. I am lucky.
I just,
Absolutely.
I have to say, it just, I'm sure you ladies also, but, it breaks my heart so much to see Nirvana trying so hard and nothing is working. Nothing is working for her because, I love her to death, and and I see her, and she motivates all of us, and she's always that little voice in your ear that's like,
Get your ass up off that couch
yes,
and go
when
do
you want to do
something.
something bad, and you're like, and she's over here like, bitch, she's just, yeah,
Don't
but
you eat that damn cracker.
I know,
She was
partially
yelling
in
at
your face.
me earlier about I was eating skinny pop. She's like, "You do not need those carbs." I was like,
See, that's why you have to you have to be like me. You eat it before you talk to her. You hurry up and eat it.
I need her to tell me that. I need to hear that.
And then she'd be like, "What were you eating?" Nothing.
Enjoy that stuff. We do have a few more questions for you. Where did I see it? Gabby Kitty says you can easily regain with the DS if you eat shitty carbs. I know a lady who regained after a year of her DS. So
Whoa.
that just sucks because you do all that work and then start to regain just for shitty carbs. Maintaining Michelle says, so good to see you all. Good evening. I love her.
I love making Michelle.
Another little petite.
Oh my
Petite
God.
cutie patootie.
Sister Scaleback, sorry, sweetheart. I was thinking Sister Sledge, the song. And we have, who else did something? I know I have one more. I'm missing somebody I know. Oh, Sister Skullback said, what is a mini bypass? Jody from YouTube is going to Mexico tomorrow to convert from a sleeve to a mini bypass. I have heard that. I've seen it on Facebook. Do y'all know what that is?
Yeah, I do. Mini bypass is when they, let me look up the comment. Hang on. They do, mini bypass is when they take less of your intestine, and so let's say they, in a regular bypass, they take away this much of your intestine. Mini bypass, they'll take away this much.
Makes sense.
It's just less malabsorption.
Is it less
Um,
abrasive, or I mean,
yeah. It's much more intestine than a standard gastric bypass, which could lead to more vitamin and mineral deficiencies. Oh, wait. Unlike gastric bypass surgery,
Is it maybe like a mini DS?
that's what I'm thinking. But why would
Yeah,
they
that
say
that's
yeah,
mini
it
gastric?
is.
that sounds
Yeah,
like a mini DS, not a mini
yeah,
gastric.
gastric.
She had the sleeve,
Yeah, she had
and
BSG.
yeah, and it didn't work so well for her.
She's
So
probably getting between that and a DS then.
hmm
yeah.
Yeah, it's strange.
So, the reason I was actually thinking of this before this show, but I was wondering why, the guy on 600 Pound Life, Dr. Now, he specializes in the RNY, but from what I've been reading is he cuts more of the intestine than like normally do, like normal people do, and
Hmm.
he makes the pouches a little bit smaller than what's normal to the gastric bypass. So
Really?
yeah, did you ever consider, I know Alicia considered going to him, or what do you think about that?
Um, I mean, my surgeon was head laparoscopic surgeon, well, is head laparoscopic surgeon of Will Cornell. So, in my opinion, I picked the best of the best in the state of New York.
Hmm.
There's only 2 surgeons in the state of New York that do the duodenal switch. And in my opinion, I picked the best one. So I did a lot of research before I chose him. So I mean, I was happy with who I picked.
Yeah, it
I
goes
was really
down to
happy.
the same thing we were talking about a couple of minutes ago. There's this many surgeons that do sleeve. Well, there's this many surgeons that do lap band. This many surgeons that do sleeve because it's a newer thing. This many that do RNY, and this many that do duodenal switch.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
And the thing
Now,
is that my question is what are we supposed to do if we don't have a lot of options? Some of us aren't in the position where we can, like Nirvana, her health care, she's got to go, and what are we supposed to do? Just accept it? I mean,
No, you fight it. You gotta get ugly. Um, there are ways to fight it. There really
That's what
are.
that's what I was telling her. I mean, I think before she should, personally, just before she tries to do another weight loss surgery, I was like, can't you fight it somehow to get that skin removed, because that's holding you back the most? And she's just like, well, they won't do it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
we got to find a way to make this happen. So if any of you guys
Yeah.
know a way to do it, please message Nirvana or me or Lena or any of us here tonight and let us know, so we can get our home slice some help. We do have one more question
so
for you really
dance
quickly.
for dollars to
Absolutely. If you guys want to see me dance for money to help my little Nirvana, I will totally do it. Bra optional, baby. Um, BSG Christopher says he wants to know how you got your YouTube name.
Pink is my favorite color. Fish, I have a thing for fish. If you can see, hold on. You can see behind me. That
I
is
love
a fishy. That is a fishy. I just have a thing for fish. And Lily, my sister calls me Lil or Lily because I'm so little.
You are little.
So,
What kind of fish are those behind you? I have a piranha like that.
um, I think, I don't know. They're both, this one, hold on. That
Mhm.
one is metal.
Is what?
That one is stone. The one on the right is metal, and the one on the left is stone. So I don't know.
Now, do you eat fish? Is a question.
Yes. Love them.
I do
Delicious.
too. My
So
piranha is
before.
actually a real piranha, and they like taxidermed it, and I'll send you a picture of it. It's so cool, and the teeth are like, "Arr," and I have it chasing a little wooden snail on my windowsill. It's like, "Arr."
Oh my goodness.
So let me bring something up real quick with one of the comments that was said. I don't remember. I'm sorry. I don't remember her name, but they said they know somebody that gained their weight back after 1 year of having duodenal switch. And here I go again, being ignorant. But I thought that was kind of maybe impossible with the DS, at least so early on.
Nothing is impossible. It's unbelievably rare.
Yeah, there you
You'd
go.
pretty much have to live off pasta, rice, and candy for that to happen.
Wow. See, that's bad going into having such a abrasive surgery, and then if she did do that, we don't know what she did. You know, we don't know
Right.
if it.
We don't know what she ate.
Don't. Yeah, or we don't know what happened because many surgeries, supposedly with this, I had to be already skinny and far from. So
Yep.
we don't know what
Oh, girl,
happened.
you're
But,
skinny. Those are not your legs.
okay. But that one really caught me off guard. After a year gaining your weight back with D, ooh, that's like you said, that's
Well-
very, very rare. So I'm wondering what went on in there.
It was definitely what she ate. Like I said, it's we malabsorb 80% of our fat, so we only take in 20% of the calories from fat.
I will be
We only
eating
take-
so much bacon with avocado. Oh my God.
Oh.
Oh,
Delicious.
yes.
Delicious.
Avocado.
We only absorb half of the calories from protein. Complex carbs, we only absorb 60% of the calories. Simple carbs, we absorb 100%. For this girl to have, or excuse me, this person, to have gained back weight, they must have consumed more than the calories their body was burning. They must have.
Yeah, that's just like you said. That's a rare case.
Yeah.
It was just interesting to actually hear that with somebody like me thinking it's the safest when it comes to gaining your weight back kind of surgery because
It
you
is.
malabsorb so much, and then to hear that somebody actually gained their weight back after a year, not 10 years, it's just like, ooh.
Yeah, it is.
Well, like you said, if you
it's
put
very
sugar on
rare.
your tongue, she's gonna, absorb it quickly. So
Yeah.
if that person's just constantly eating,
Sugar, flour.
sugar, carbs, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
then you could do it.
One thing that I want on that I want to mention is that we have this surgery, and it makes our stomach smaller, but it sure doesn't teach us how to stop eating certain things,
Yeah.
And
Oh no, it doesn't.
She's over there. I mean, she's eating pizza, and I just want to tell Alicia to put down the cheesecake.
Oh, no cheesecake! Oh my gosh! No, but and that's the thing is that because I see people who are who ask questions or who are newly post-op, and they're like, when can I start eating this again, or when can I start eating that again? And I think that like we have to change our mindset.
Yes,
like
you have
it has to be. Like you can't be like, oh, I can't wait, because when people ask me, they're like, when can I eat this? And I'm like, don't do it. Like, don't do it. After you have that first bite, it's over. It's over. Like, don't do it.
Yeah, unfortunately, like I was talking at one of our support groups, I said, unfortunately, we were and are, professional overeaters. Professional of eating what we shouldn't eat, because we didn't get the size we got for being healthy eaters. Right. Well, I can't say exactly like that because it also depends on your what do they call your genes or whatever, because sometimes you don't take care of yourself like you should, but it's not as bad as the other person, and you're a lot bigger than that person because of your whole genes and stuff. But still, so this whole surgery, it's like you have to prepare yourself way beforehand of having the surgery to be able to succeed in this, your future life and stuff. And even then, it's like, how prepared can you be? We're only human, and we're gonna crave the stuff that we used to eat. It's hard. But like you said, when people ask you that, it's like, don't even try it. Don't go there, because once you know that you could eat it and it didn't make you sick, you'll be like, oh, just a little bit. I'll just a little bit. And things start going downhill from that,
Yeah.
So it's hard as hell. People that think like I did before, you get the surgery, you get your stomach staple, you're not hungry, and you don't have to worry about shit anymore. It ain't that way. How do they say they fix the plumbing, but they don't fix the you know what I'm talking about. So they fix your insides, your stomach, but they don't fix up here. We got to fix this up here.
Yeah.
And it's a constant battle every day. Every day.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I was an obsessive overeater. I was a compulsive overeater my whole life, and only until maybe 8 months ago did I actually get it under wraps. And even now I relapse once in a while.
And does it freak you out because you were a constant eater? Does it freak you out that you have to be a constant eater to get all your, what you need in your body? You say you have to eat like every 2 hours or whatever. Does it like freak you out and bring you back to when you used to eat all day?
No, it's the quantity that freaks me out.
Okay.
That's good. It's not the frequency, it's the quantity that freaks me out.
Okay, that's good. Because that would be really hard on you.
I put enough food on my plate for like a cowboy, and I can only eat enough for like a third grader,
Well, not this third grader, because I'm pretty sure this third grader could have got down.
But it's all about, when I think about it, it's all about choices. It's all about choices.
Yeah.
And I'm going to call Nirvana out again. I like to do that, I guess. But, I see her choices, and she does influence me, I have to say, a lot with her choices and what she has, and then I'll try it and stuff. And most of my choices are because of her, and she gets after me because I don't say it on Facebook that it was her idea, not mine. So, but I think that choices are a big thing. We can eat something that's awful and not good for us, but we can also eat something that's good and tastes good too. So.
Yeah. We just have to learn new ways of eating. It's all learning.
Yeah.
All learning. It's just changing stuff up. And it's hard. It really is. All these people, they're like, oh, but I got this down and all. Don't lie. Don't lie. It's hard. It really is. It is hard.
Mm-mm.
It's a learning process. We didn't learn to eat the way we did overnight. So now we have to do the same thing again. Learn how to eat differently. Learn, like some people say, if you're going to eat that, let's say, half a cupcake or whatever, that later on you're not going to be able to have the carbs with that other food you're going to eat. That you're going to have to go on the treadmill for, 2-3 miles, and you're not going to feel good after eating it because you're going to be like, why did I eat it? Now I have to do all of this. Yeah. So it's just like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's crazy. It's a fuck mind kind of game,
Yeah.
Nirvana, we want to hear you.
I'm here.
Say something.
Say something, I will open up on you.
Good. I have a massive message. Like this subject is so personal to me specifically because I'm kind of dealing with all of this right now, and I know we've run over, so I'll wrap it up soon. But I really appreciate you coming on and, giving people the real deal of what it's like, because there is a lot of miscommunication and misinformation out there. And there's not a whole lot of people willing to share their story. And I think that's something that is so important, because you do have people who come looking, well, what should I get? What should I do? How should I go about this? And we don't have anybody who's willing to be like, okay, well, this is what happened here, and this is how I got to here. And especially
Right.
even with revisions, like, there's so many people out there that aren't willing to admit they even had a fucking revision, and that pisses me off. I'm
Yes.
like, it's fine and dandy to say you've lost 200 something pounds, but if you don't own up to the fact that you probably needed a second surgery to do it, you're just an asshole. Like,
Yeah.
plain and simple, you're just a dick. So I really appreciate you being open and honest and letting people come to you and watch your videos of, how you've come to be, what you are today. So I just really wanted to say thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. Obesity is something that's always going to be near and dear to my heart, and I will help anybody in the universe try to struggle through it. I can't thank you girls enough for having me on the show. And, if there's anybody who needs any sort of help, just struggling through the hell that is obesity, just let me know.
Yeah. And one thing I can say,
Fish Lily, watch one of my videos, leave a message for me, find me on Facebook, make a private message for me, let me know if you need help, and I will easily help you with anything that I know how to. And if I don't know how to help you, I will, because obesity is fucking hell. And I know it. I lived it my whole life. I will help you through it.
I was gonna say, if there's one thing I know about Janine, I've known her for a while now, and she's not everyone's cup of tea, and the reason I say that is because she will tell it how it is, and if you don't like that, that's too damn bad. But she will help somebody, and but she will tell it how it is. She doesn't sugarcoat anything.
Look, as the RN wire, I don't dump, but I still don't like sugarcoating. So you go,
Right?
girl. I cannot stand sugarcoating shit.
Yeah,
Sugarcoating don't get you nowhere. So
No.
thank you for being
right.
like that and telling it the way it is.
You are so welcome, and I appreciate you as well.
Well, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up for us tonight because Trisha lost her sound. I will link her Facebook and her YouTube, as well as, everybody else's Facebook and YouTube that have one. So I encourage you to go subscribe and talk to her as much as possible, because she's epic. And we love your faces every day. And we will see you next week, Tuesday. Bye-bye.
Thanks for having me on too, guys.